Match reaction then, Manchester City 3, Burnley 1. I mean, as I've just said in the 60-second review, I'll take it. I will take it. And I'm actually genuinely buzzing that we scored a goal, which is pretty sad, really, and it just shows how bad we've been this season. And it's not just me, like, the whole of Twitter Clarets is buzzing right now, and I love that. I love the fact that we're all just accepting how shite we are, that we scored a tap-in at the end of a game at the Etihad when we're 3-0 down and everyone's buzzing and everyone's like, oh, it feels like a win, it feels like a win. I love it. But in terms of the game, first half we were poor, to be honest. City didn't have to get out of second gear. We conceded 2 sloppy goals, and I was saying on Twitter, like, this is rubbish, pathetic defending. People are like, come on, chill out, it's City. I mean, I get that, they're good. But they didn't have to get out of second gear, like I said, and we gave away pretty much 2 very sloppy goals. The second one, you could look at it and say, it's good play from City, but we should be tracking that runner, and we should be awake. The first one, I think Ekdal's probably the person most at fault there, but he goes in between the 2 central defenders. Everybody in the box should probably do better. Alvarez just sneaks in between the 2 defenders and as a tap-in, basically, a nod-in, whatever you want to call it. So I was disappointed with the first half. I just thought that we were a little bit lacklustre. We didn't look switched on, and that's how we conceded both of the goals. And that was my main gripe with the first half, was that, yeah, the defending was just poor. It just wasn't good enough for me. And then the second half started, and what was it, 26 seconds? I feel for Vincent, because everything he said to the lads at half time is probably out of the window at that point. He's probably gone, look, let's just try and win the second half. You never know, you get the next goal in this second half, and who knows, you know, they could upset Russell a few feathers, they get a man sent off, and then we're back in the game. But wow, they scored after 26 seconds, and I'm not going to lie, I was fearing the worst. I was texting people saying, wow, this could be as bad as last season, the 6-0. And at that point, it did look like it was going to be a 6-0 drubbing. But we actually played well in the second half. I felt we actually played well. We defended a lot better than we did in the first half. There were no, barring the first 26 seconds, but it was just probably, barring the first 26 seconds, there was no moments where you could accuse the players of being asleep and not tracking or whatever. And obviously conceding silly goals. And we actually defended quite well after that. And I thought O'Shea played well for the majority of the match. He's just come on leaps and bounds, to be fair, as O'Shea. Got a lot of criticism. And I stand by the fact that a lot of it was deserved at the start of the season. But he's probably the best defender that we've got at the minute. Obviously, I know Bayer will probably have a stake for that title when he gets back, but obviously he's injured at the minute. So for the players that we've got, in my opinion, right now, O'Shea is the better defender, or he's definitely playing the best, to be fair. Sander, again, I mean, I've got no qualms with Sander anymore. He just delivers every single match, doesn't he? Took a while to get into his stride, as they all did. But yeah, when he's driving with that ball, running at defenders, there's not many better sights in football. He played really well. And off the bench, for Farner, obviously, he's done very well with the goal to get the crossing and get the assist. But even after, a couple of minutes of being on, he had that moment down on the right-hand side, didn't he, where he had the ball and he kept it well, and they were all pressuring him and he kept it well, and I think he passed it out to Sander. He looks decent. Potentially state to claim for a start in the game against Fulham, but we'll see. We know Company doesn't really, I wouldn't say doesn't like to tinker, but he does in different areas, but we'll see what happens. There might be a stake for, like I said, a starting position. And somebody else who played well off the bench is Anas Aurora. Was trying to make things happen, was trying to run at players. Looked like the Anas Aurora of the first half of last season. And yeah, we've missed him. We've missed that Anas. We really have. And I thought he played well today, and he did really well running at players. I think he got Doku booked, didn't he? Or he got somebody booked. Apologies if it wasn't Doku off the top of my head, but he was just running at players, and it was good to see. And I thought he played well off the bench, as did Fafana, as I've said. But yeah, I mean, Al Dakir with the goal. I mean, it were a tap-in. He didn't know much about it, did he? It's probably the easiest goal he'll ever score in his career. But yeah, buzzing with that. The fact that we got the goal. And on to Fulham, really. Massive game now, because we've got, Liverpool and is it Arsenal? 2 very tough games coming up. So yeah, it's going to be difficult for us. We're going to need minimum probably 23 points to get out of it from this stage. Obviously after Luton's win, and things like that. So yeah, if we're going to do it, I mean, I'm dreaming. I know I am. But if we're going to do it, it has to start with a win against Fulham, because then, like I say, we've got 2 very difficult games coming up. But yeah, on to Fulham. And like I said, I'll take it because it wasn't 5-0 and we scored a goal at the Etihad, so get in.